Because I want to talk about the theater company because I love the idea of it so much. So you started Stagebugz Theater. Um, that's catering to underprivileged youth. Can you explain to my audience the transition to start this? Why did you, what did you see that you saw that this would be important to do? And how did you even get this started?
Yeah, I mean, Stagebugz was something that we had kind of had a seed planted for a while. When we were teenagers, we had always thought that it would be really fun to be able to teach theater, and we had done a little bit of that just like with our high school. We would go to the middle school and do some teaching and stuff like that, and we always loved it, and we kept saying that we would love to start a summer camp or start a theater company, and our parents were like, well, you're 15, so people aren't gonna like entrust you with their kids for a week. But we had always wanted to start a theater company. In our senior year, Aspen wrote and directed a play to raise money for our parents' foundation. So we were always interested in that. And then Aspen had interned at a summer camp that was theater based. And we were like, we could do that. And that was the summer before our sophomore year of college.
Can I interrupt?
Oh, yes.
Second. I was just going to say, during that internship experience, I think we both kind of noticed that it was a good program, but it was very exclusive. Just like a lot of, I don't want to say rich kids, but like rich kids. It was
look, this
expensive.
This is Unsolicited Perspectives. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Yeah, and it was very, I guess, there's a lot of like theater politics that I think we experienced when we did educational theater when we were kids, where it was like, you're either the best or it feels like you're just not valued and nobody notices you. And so during my experience working as an intern, I think we both were just like, we feel like there needs to be something that every kid can just have access to, where every kid feels like they can just explore theater and try it, and they're important and they're valued and they're talented just because they are who they are, and not that if you're not the best singer, then you're paying $1,000 to do this camp where you're just swaying in the background. We wanted it to be, you can come and be a part of this regardless of your background or your experience or your family's financial situation, because we just felt like the good experiences that we had in theater were so instrumental to our lives, and we wanted to make that more accessible to anybody.
Yeah, and I think we had, when we were growing up, we, like Aspen said, we had some really amazing experiences in theater, and we also had some that were extremely discouraging. And I don't think that necessarily anyone who taught us was purposely doing that, but we were both like very shy kids, and so we often felt like we were just put in the background. So we had always thought that it would be really amazing to be able to do something where we could kind of lift up all kids regardless of their personalities or their backgrounds. So then during our sophomore year of college, our parents were kind of encouraging it. After Aspen had that internship, they were like, yeah, you could do this, you should try it. And so we were just like, okay, let's try it. And we spent a lot of that year just making plans and figuring out all of the logistics and how we could, or if we could realistically start this business. And then we did our first summer camps the summer after our sophomore year, and we had a very, very hard time filling them up and getting people to participate. Also, because it was still during COVID, we had to do them outdoors, which I think people were not as inclined to sign up for. But we did not think it was going to happen. We kept thinking we were going to have to cancel them because we didn't have enough kids. But miraculously, we filled them up enough to run them. And then during our junior year, we were able to get approved as a 501c3, and we kind of just like really grew during that year, and we were able to sell out all of our summer camps the second year, which was last summer. And we've just had, we do our best to really just make it accessible. We do a lot of free programs. We do some pay what you can classes, and then we offer scholarships for our summer camps. Our goal is to someday be able to offer all of the programs for free and run solely on donations. But that is
a long way out.
a long way out. We definitely realized why some theater programs are so expensive, because there are a lot of expenses, but we really just do everything we can to make it inclusive to kids with all backgrounds and all needs. And it really is just like the most rewarding, amazing thing that, at least for me, that we've done. I could talk about it all day. I know we've made this a very long answer, but it is just my greatest joy in my life so far.
That wasn't a long answer. When you're talking about something that's your passion, it's never a long answer. And I'm not trying to gas you up, but I'm going to gas both of y'all up. This is another example of you just trying to spread joy to the world and include everybody. This is part of the reason why I wanted to have you guys on the show, because I really feel like you two women are remarkable. And what you're doing, especially as I look at the school system and seeing arts being taken out of the school system over the last 30, 40 years, just programs being eliminated. That's the arts, whether it's band and theater programs being eliminated. For you, that access that used to be there for people is no longer there. And you are supplying that access. This is a beautiful thing. And I don't care if it's a long answer, because anytime you're talking about your passion, let your voices be heard. I love that. If you like that clip, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to catch up on all of our latest content. Don't forget to hit the notification button when you do subscribe so you can get updated every time we release content. We release content every day, whether it's an actual show or clips from the shows. So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Also, don't forget our Patreon page, where you can find our Talking Straight-ish and After Hours Uncensored episodes. That's patreon.com/Unsolicited Perspectives. But once again, thank you again for listening to Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, and I'm going to catch you next time. I'll holla.